What is going on YouTube? So today I actually had a really cool encounter with someone I'd see as like my future millionaire self today. Now, whilst it wasn't much of like an encounter as such, it was definitely like I'd saw kind of the future for me. Um, so if you watch my other videos, you'll know that I'm still in college at the moment. And basically, we were just walking at lunchtime at college. And as we walked around this one corner in like the town that I live in, or the town slash city, whatever. And basically, this one corner there's a lot of supercars there. I always see some really nice cars on this corner. That's why I always love walking that certain way, because it's very like motivating. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of businesses around there. So you know that these people who own these supercars own some of these businesses, and it's just really cool to see. It's like, a few months back, I saw a full blacked out Lamborghini Huracan, which was just literally like the Batmobile. It was so cool. And then, more recently, there's been a few Lamborghini Uruses and, just a bunch of nice cars there. And today specifically, we walked round the corner to this street, and there was an Aston Martin pulling up there. Now, don't quote me on the exact model, because it is a new model, and I fully admit I have not actually seen the model yet, which is it's even more aspiring, because it's a brand new model of car, a brand new model of a supercar. So you know that's clearly worth a lot, but it looked a little bit like a newer version of the Aston Martin Vantage, but I'll have to do a bit of research into it first to actually figure it out. But it was an Aston Martin nevertheless, and it was really cool, personalised reg and everything. And when I see cars, because I'm very passionate about cars, if you watch my other videos, you'll probably kind of pick that up. A lot of the products I sell actually with organic dropshipping are to do with cars, not or not ironically at all, not like deliberately. It's just I've found the most success in them at the moment. Um, a few of my winners have been in the car product niche, so I've kind of just stuck to it. Kind of like BSM Friday with obviously the weed niche. It's a similar thing, but you know. Anyways, point is, I like cars, and when I see cars like this, it really motivates me, and it really like opens my eyes to what's possible. Now, the driver of this car was not actually that old either. He was probably, if I had to guess, probably saying his 30s or so. Um, and like when he was parking up, we were just there, and he obviously noticed like looking at him, and noticed us looking at the car, and I was like, "Yo, this car is so good! Like, this is actually an amazing car, bro." And he was like, "Yeah, it's actually pretty sick, to be fair. It goes fast and everything." And I can't remember what he actually said, to be honest. But point is, like, he's just some like normal guy in a sense. It's not like these people. These obviously millionaires, future us's. If you're watching this video, then I'm guessing you're also like aspiring to reach that level. It is just a future version of us, really. It's just a future version of us with more money than we've currently got. And you got to understand that if you want to network with people on a higher level, just do it, because 9 times out of 10, like this guy right here, he was perfectly happy just speaking to a few, like, we're literally just teenagers. He's perfectly happy to just like interact with us about his car, like and if you can get in a conversation that easily with someone at that level, you can easily just talk to them about whatever you need to, right? But another important thing about this kind of encounter was that the reason he was parking up is because he was literally going to the gym, which is even better to me, because again, if you see my other videos, you'll know that the whole reason I got into the whole like online business space is because of fitness and the gym, more specifically, like working out, training, with one specific goal of getting bigger. Now I've kind of reached that goal. I've got a lot bigger than I used to be. Crazy transformation, and that's also helped with my mindset when it comes to like business and just actually staying disciplined and stuff during the day. So seeing this like young millionaire literally prioritizing during the middle of the day, parking up his supercar and going to the gym is just full on like it's like a sort of like a mirror of my dream life, basically. That's kind of what I do. Just be able to just get up, do what's important, then just drive to the gym in a supercar, hit a good workout. Work on the physique and everything, get stronger, get bigger, and then just go ahead and carry on making some more money. That's kind of the end goal here, really, because that's well, not the end goal, but more of just what I want to be able to just do in the future, what I want to follow as my routine until obviously, I'm selling business, stuff like that, or traveling the world, stuff like that. This is just something that I want to just be able to do, park up in the supercar outside the gym, hit a good workout, stuff like that. It's just really, really aspiring, really like motivational. But yeah, I mean, if you take anything from this video, just like honestly deliberately going to try and like find people on this level, trying to find like supercars around your town is not actually the worst idea. Like maybe you could go to like a car meet or something, just see these people with these cars, because if you're passionate about cars like me, then the best place for you to go to learn how to get the cars that these people have got is by actually interacting with the people who own the cars. So yeah, I mean, just don't feel scared if you're ever trying to like try and speak and interact with someone that's on that high level with the car you want. Just don't be like scared to go and interact with them. But I mean, yeah. So that's kind of the whole thing I wanted to say today. I thought it was a really cool interaction, something really motivational to me. But point is, right, you just got to keep going, because I feel like if this guy who is obviously owning this Aston Martin and everything, if he is at this high level, this supercar, and he's still going to the gym, he's still, doing just these daily tasks that me and maybe you are implementing as well, it goes to show that the universe is giving to the people who are consistent. If you stay consistent in the game, you will be rewarded. And that is exactly what has happened here. Because, like I said, if he's doing the same things that me and maybe you are doing as well, and he's just a little bit older and he's just been in the game a little bit longer, it goes to show that in reality, all it takes is this just being consistent. And, you'll see it as my YouTube banner and everything. I say it a lot as part of my morals, that consistency is key, because it truly is. When it comes down to it, you got to stay consistent. No matter what it is you're trying to achieve, you want to build a good physique, got to stay consistent. You want to build a big business, got to stay consistent. Everything revolves around this sort of level of consistency. So take one thing from this video: be consistent. People are living our dream lives, and it's purely because they stayed consistent. They didn't give up. They didn't make excuses. They just got on with what they need to get on with, and the universe and God has rewarded them for that. So take one thing, just be consistent, keep going. And yeah, I mean, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be posting every single day. Videos kind of like this of basically just documenting my life, documenting things that happen, both good and bad. I'm completely open on the channel. So if you want to check that out, then yeah, go ahead and do that. But yeah, this kind of wraps up this video. Thank you for all the support recently, by the way. A lot of people are commenting on the videos, saying I'm like helping them out, stuff like that. So I really appreciate you commenting that, and I really, really do, take that in, and actually, it hits me there. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.